Is it their eyes, their fur, or simply their moves? No matter what it is, face it, they're irresistible. It's time to go around the world and catch up with some of the freshest faces that share our planet. From sunrise to sunset, be immersed in their lives. Mingle with these youngsters and get to know them and their families better. Experience all the hustle and bustle of their daily routines while getting up close to the baby animals found all around the world. Our day is taking us on safari through Africa. Coming up, watch the spots on these little speedsters blur as they burn around, playing a zippy game of tag. And when it comes to hanging out, baby gorillas are the experts at putting their own goofy spin on things. Plus, don't miss the action when a pair of jackal pups show off their wrestling skills. They've got all the moves. Africa, the second largest continent on Earth, covers about 20% of the planet's total land area. Not surprisingly, the immense collection of countries that make up Africa play host to a multitude of natural wonders. Breathtaking Victoria Falls, Mount Kilimanjaro and its frosted peaks, and the mighty Nile River being just a small sample. The many animals that roam this vast continent are as equally impressive. The world's fastest, tallest, and the largest all call Africa home. Conditions here might often be harsh, but despite this, wildlife flourishes. Special adaptations allowing the newest generations to thrive. Time to explore this vast continent and meet the baby animals of Africa. Africa really knows how to do mornings. In the Kalahari Desert in southern Africa, a herd of early risers, springboks, make the most of the cool mist as they enjoy their al fresco breakfast in the sun. Further north in this village in Uganda, these kids are the first to get up, fully recharged and raring to see what the day brings. Until everyone else gets up, they'll have to make their own fun. Who needs a diving board when you've got a tree to spring off? They've got the moves. Let's see that again. It's a popular spot. Oops. Some creatures, like this rock hyrax family, prefer to take their time to greet the day. A cheetah family feels the same. When you live in the Masai Mara Reserve in Kenya, you're guaranteed an action-packed day. But what's the rush? These older cubs are taking it easy before giving their speedy limbs a morning workout. With the sun now well up, young appetites are ravenous. This big baby is helping itself to the first milkshake of the day. Others prefer a more crunchy breakfast. A big pile of hay is hard for this family of goats to resist. No complaints from the kids. In Morocco, some goats go to great heights to get a juicy bite to eat. The fruit of the argan tree is enough of a temptation to make them head for the trees. Literally. They look like a collection of tremendous ornaments. All goats are excellent climbers, and they use this talent to help them find food. Living in this drought-stricken region means food is scarce. So it makes sense that these local goats have adapted their clambering skills to include trees. Once the kids have grown tall enough, they're able to tackle the thorny branches and enjoy the fruits, just like the rest of their family. Goats aren't the only creatures that like to breakfast in the treetops. A baby red colobus monkey is holding on tight while its mum enjoys some leafy greens. Out on the savannah, some wildebeest calves are enjoying a morning snack. The bigger they get, the harder it is to have a drink. Bottoms up. Rock hyrax babies have it a bit easier. These tiny youngsters suckle for the first 2 weeks, then they're able to give solids a try. Speaking of solids, this gorilla baby is handling them well. After a quick inspection, that leafy snack is toast. Being very social animals, meals are good opportunities for the whole gorilla family or troop to bond. Warm hugs and piggybacks are also on the menu this morning. For the first few months of their lives, baby gorillas are always in close contact with their mum. While they are nursed for about 2 years, solids become the main attraction at mealtimes when these large African primates reach the 8-month mark. This baby's had its fill, and like most youngsters, isn't interested in clearing the table. So, while no one is watching, time to make a stealthy exit. What a sneak! The morning is heating up in South Africa's Kruger National Park. Even though hippos have a natural oily sunscreen that oozes from their skin, these amphibious mammals beat the heat by taking long soaks. Hippopotamus means river horse. So, time for this baby to live up to its name and hit the water. Going for a dip comes naturally to these youngsters. After all, they are born in the water. This baby is very keen to get its paddling lesson started this morning. But the session won't start until the master, its mum, makes it down the bank. You just can't rush 1,500 kilograms. Finally, a chance to test out those natural goggles. It's a tough job having to spend about 16 hours a day in this cool, refreshing stuff. On dry land, there's another African baby going places. Baby gorillas get to practice the fine art of hitchhiking from 4 months of age, allowing them to spend lots of good quality time with mum. By the 9-month mark, they are strong enough to walk, which means the free ride is over. Looks like the time has come for this small great ape to learn to climb. Having opposable thumbs and opposable big toes makes it so much easier to master the ropes. Its young friend has decided to take on a tree climbing challenge. Easy. Down below, the score is rope 1, mini ape, none. But this little primate is determined. Take 2. Made it. Climbing this might be one small step for a mature gorilla, but it's a giant leap for a beginner. Success has never tasted so sweet. Time to open up the family album. First, a kind of antelope with impressive spear-like horns. The oryx. Calves weigh around 10 kilograms and are born in private. Mothers hiding their newborns in amongst grass near the herd for the first couple of weeks. The females visit their babies 2 to 3 times a day to nurse them. Young oryxes are plain brown in colour. Their black markings start to appear after they're brought into the herd. Calves stay with their mother and suckle from her for up to 9 months. There are 3 species of oryx found roaming Africa. These are gemsbok, also known as sabre antelope, thanks to their long-ringed horns, which can grow to be about 76 centimetres long. In medieval England, these massive spikes were sold as unicorn horns. From a calf with no markings to one with a striking coat, plus formidable accessories, these African beasts are among the best dressed in the desert. Next, from the island of Madagascar, off the southeast coast of Africa, the ring-tailed lemur. Following a gestation period of 145 days, these stripy prosimians give birth to 1 or sometimes 2 offspring. Prosimian means pre-monkey. This group of unusual creatures thus belonging to the primates. At birth, ring-tailed lemurs hit the scales at just 100 grams, about the same as a bar of soap. With bright golden eyes, a big head and scrawny arms, these infants are totally reliant on their mothers. During the first 14 days of life, they cling tightly to mum's chest for security and nourishment. From 2 weeks of age, the tiny babies begin to move around and be more adventurous, typically settling on her back. The more the merrier. In another week, the youngsters start to climb independently. By the 6-week mark, young lemurs give solids a try. Ring-tailed lemurs are fully weaned by the time they're 6 months old, eventually reaching full size a year later. Eye-catching and quirky, it's not hard to understand why these popular creatures are the national animal of Madagascar. The day is now in full swing and many animals are out and about. This morning, a cheetah mother cautiously observes her environment. She's making sure the area is safe for her offspring to explore. The coast is clear. Release the cubs. At this age, cheetah cubs love to experience all the new sights and sounds the world has to offer. Despite their size, cheetahs are not classed as a big cat. But what's in a name? These slender African felines don't need a label. They have speed and stealth on their side, which allow them to catch prey and evade more powerful predators. A game of tag is a great way to exercise those growing bodies. Time to refuel with some morning tea. During meals, cheetahs need to eat fast. Their catches are often stolen by other predators. These siblings all seem to know how to share, though. 3 to 5 cubs is typical for a healthy cheetah family. They will stay with their mother for about 18 months, learning life skills that will enable them to survive sub-Saharan Africa. With a full belly, this cub is taking a moment to enjoy its surroundings. But at this age, it's hard to stay focused for long. There's always something that needs to be pounced on. Think African animals, and the residents of the savannah are what usually spring to mind. But the coastlines of Namibia and South Africa play host to these beach babies. Come breeding season, around 2 million Cape fur seals line the shores, packing themselves in like big furry sardines. The males get in early to set up their territories. These beach masters attracting up to 30 females each to their harems. After an 8-month gestation, the babies arrive. Pups start out with a coat of black fur, which molts to dark grey or brown when they are 3 months old. The mother stays on shore to suckle her pup with rich, high-fat milk for about 6 days without feeding herself. Then she spends a few days at sea to satisfy her hunger, before returning to nurse her pup again. The mother is able to find her baby by smell and its unique call, but sets it apart from the other numerous pups. Such melodic voices. These aquatic babies are independent by the age of 8 months, when they are strong enough to take to the waves alone. The surf's up and the pups are pumped, racing to be the first to ride the foamy barrels. From oceanic pups to some multicoloured terrestrial puppies. These are African wild dogs. Thanks to their splotchy coats, they're also known as African painted dogs. This proud mother is part of a captive breeding programme. A hidden den camera allowing us the chance to see how her pups' lives unfold right from the start. African wild dog litters can number anything from 10 to 20 pups, more than any other canine. The newborns weigh about 500 grams. These babies will stay in the den for about 3 months, nursing for the first 3 weeks, then adding regurgitated meat to their diet. What a dedicated mum. In wild packs, only the alpha pair breed, but the whole family help to care for the babies. With up to 20 animals in a pack, African wild dogs are very sociable animals. They even talk to each other with twittering calls, using sounds more complex than any other type of dog. They sound like animated chipmunks. These artistically coated dogs can spend up to 10 years roaming the African plains. The morning's getting on. Time to look in on the cheetahs again. Mum has finally decided to relax, but the serenity doesn't last long with cubs about. Blink, and you'll miss them. This one's treating its mother to an extreme close-up. Cheeky. What better place to work on your climbing skills than on Mum's head? Putting up with this kind of treatment is medal-worthy. Frolicking in the soft grass is always fun, and it's a great spot to practice blending in. At this age, it's more important for cubs to know how to stay out of sight, especially if Mum is away finding a meal. The hair on cheetah cubs is fluffier than their adult counterparts, thanks to the mantle of fur they're born with that runs from the back of their neck down to their rump. This thick layer of fur can give them better camouflage in long grass. It will begin to disappear at around 3 months of age. Bold spots and striking facial markings means there's no confusing this elegant member of the African feline family. Looks like the morning's got the best of this cub. It's tiring learning to become one of the fastest mammals in the world. It's the hottest part of the day as the midday sun rolls overhead. Time for the animals of Africa to retreat to their favourite resting spots. A pair of striped hyena have chosen to lay down in some dappled light until it gets a bit cooler. It's a siesta in the shade for this family. Out on the plains, a giraffe calf is taking a break, snoozing sitting up under the watchful eyes of its parent. Giraffes like to stay alert and only ever sleep in short bursts. They may be the speediest animals in Africa, but cheetahs know when to take it slow. Conserving energy when they can allows these cats to explode into action when they need to. But at this time of day, the only challenge is finding some legroom in their grassy bed. Before it takes a snooze, this hyena cub is giving its weary mum a bit of special attention. So sweet. Sleeping in Mum's embrace is always the best place to take a rest. Along the coastline, the Cape fur seals are happy to bask it up. Conditions are crowded, but thankfully, personal space is not an issue with these marine mammals. The whole family piling in together to catch some well-earned shut-eye. Kicking the afternoon into action are some of Africa's biggest babies. Wildebeest calves really know how to get their hooves moving. Welcome to playtime. This baby bonobo is up for a game of tag or a roll in the grass. A friendly tussle is in order for this pair of black-backed jackal pups. They're using all the classic moves. The paw bite, the ear chew, the neck maul, and finally, that one's pinned. No playmate? No problem, when you have a pair of hands and a kneecap to make a beat. This gorilla baby has rhythm. When drumming gets old, these little swingers like to simply hang out and test their skills in the trees. So acrobatic. It's like a jungle fun park with plenty of spinning rides to sink your teeth into. Look out! Baby hyenas coming through. It's play fight time in the long grass for some cheetah cubs. Why wrestle with one sibling when you can tangle with two? Good times. Let's spend the early part of the afternoon with the national animal of Tanzania. As the tallest animal in the world, giraffes are impressive right from the start. Calves weighing in at about 100 kilograms. Within 20 minutes of birth, these patterned babies are able to stand, rising to a starting height of 1.8 meters. Bonding with their mother begins straight away, and she will actively keep her calf safe from any danger. This baby's mastered its lanky legs already. It's got energy to burn. A quick pit stop with Mum, then it's back to the racetrack for this speedster. During the cooler parts of the day, giraffe gracefully cruise around grazing. Females and their calves usually hang around in groups of 10 to 12. When they're together like this, it's easy to see the individual coat patterns on each giraffe. While they are all different, those random splotches all do the same job. In dappled light, their patchy fur makes it difficult for predators to see them clearly. In effect, they disappear in plain sight. A clever trick for such a large creature. These walking skyscrapers can grow to reach heights of over 5 meters, which gives them the best views on offer. Something the giraffe calves can look forward to. In most parts of Africa, there are two distinct seasons, the wet and the dry. During the dry season, many rivers and lakes become low. Some will evaporate entirely. This is when waterholes become the place to congregate for many African species. They're a refreshing drink stand and a place to escape the intense heat. These Gemsbok have the right idea, keeping cool and stocking up on fluids. Just like a local pool in the middle of summer holidays, this place is at capacity. The giraffes are going to have to wait their turn. Waterholes are a great place for a play fight. Elephant calves are always up for a splash. Up on shore, some young hippos are playing tough. The scratch marks on their bodies show they've done this before. This is just play for the little ones, but as adults, these confrontations are all about winning dominance. Down in the water, these calves are more interested in simply relaxing. Nothing like a family wallowing session. finally, the giraffes can take a drink. To reach the water, they have to take the most awkward stance. With so many thirsty customers, a watering hole is a true oasis, providing a vital break from the African heat. It's time to open the family album of one of Africa's most prolific carnivores, the spotted hyena. After a gestation of 110 days, hyena mothers will give birth to 1 or 2 cubs. Hyena young are born in dens. Unlike dogs and cats, these cubs are born with their eyes open. Hyenas are a competitive species, and cubs will battle for dominance in order to get first pickings of milk and food. At 2 to 6 weeks of age, the cubs will be moved from their first den to a communal den, which is shared by other cubs from the same clan. At 2 months of age, cubs will lose their brown baby fur and develop their spotted adult coats. By 9 months, meat starts to appear on the cubs' menu. And by the time they're a year old, they will have left the den. For hyenas, ranking is a very serious affair. Having up to 90 members in a group, it's the females who run the show, with each clan being led by a matriarch. The higher the rank, the more perks, with senior members of the clan being first in line for food. Although these cackling carnivores have a reputation as scavengers, they are also highly capable predators in their own right. With their sloped back, scruffy hair and lowly demeanour, hyenas may not be the most attractive species, but working together, they've certainly proved themselves as one of the most successful animal groups in Africa. Next in the album is the largest gazelle in the world, the Dama gazelle. After a gestation period of 6.5 months, mothers or cows give birth away from the herd, typically having 1 calf. After a few days, the baby is introduced to the herd, rarely straying from its mother's side. Cows will often team up to keep their calves protected from any potential threats. In between nursing sessions, little ones work on their physical strength, getting their gangly legs moving. Calves learn fast, a good thing survival-wise, as the sooner they can run, the better their chances. Baby damas start to wean at 3 to 4 months of age, when they begin to nibble on various grasses, shrubs, and leaves. Dama gazelles can be found roaming in a variety of habitats, including grasslands, wooded savanna, and sub-desert steppes. As the largest gazelle species, males can weigh up to 75 kilograms. In the wild, these prancing herbivores can enjoy a lifespan of 12 years. Some afternoons bring unusual surprises. Today, there's a chance to take a peek inside the den of one of Africa's most secretive animals. With ears like a rabbit, a tail like a kangaroo, and a body like a pig, these are aardvarks. When this little one was born, it weighed about 1.5 kilograms, coming into the world with its eyes wide open. Starting life in an underground den means young aardvarks are well protected from predators. This hungry baby will suckle for up to 3 months before moving on to a crunchy diet of insects. Being nocturnal animals, aardvarks are rarely seen during the day. preferring to stay underground where it's cool. And why go outside when you have Mum to snuggle up to? Above ground, a baby springbok has just entered the world. The mum is making sure her baby's coat is spotless. On the wide plains of the Serengeti, a bigger baby, a wildebeest, is about to take its first steps. A special moment. The birth is often very quick, calves weighing a hefty 19 kilograms. Newborns bond with their mother almost immediately, using scent as the primary way to identify each other. Within a mere 6 minutes, these youngsters are up and moving. Well, trying to. Oops. Easier said than done. A bit of encouragement from Mum. And it's up again. Those long legs are tricky to operate. In less than 10 minutes, this wobbly wildebeest will be able to run alongside its mother. What a fast learner. Africa is made up of a broad range of habitats and landscapes. A direct reflection of this is the large variety of coat patterns seen on native wildlife. Each creature making clever adaptations to improve their chances of survival. While giraffes easily stand out from the crowd due to their height, they're just as famous for their unique coat patterns, which aren't all about camouflage. They also help to keep them cool. Blood pumping to the center of their patches creates a thermal window that releases body heat. Chilled out and fashionable. The white underbelly of springboks keeps them cool in a different way by reflecting heat away from their bodies. Meanwhile, their upper layer blends in perfectly with their home, the Kalahari. A cheetah's dotted coat allows them to sneak through the bushes undetected. In this thick vegetation, the cubs are barely visible. Rock hyraxes spend a lot of their time resting on warm boulders to regulate their body temperature. To help them blend in while they sunbathe, their coats match the earthy colours of their rocky homes. Ostrich chicks are kept safe from predators by their highly protective parents. However, should they be left alone, their blotchy feathers make them hard to detect amongst vegetation. Whether it's a small chick with natural camouflage or a lanky giraffe that needs to cool down, these adaptations give African animals the survival edge they need. The afternoon is swimming along nicely. What better time to dive in and discover more about the life cycle of one of Africa's most crafty predators, the Nile crocodile. Females can lay about 60 eggs in a riverside nest. But the mum's job doesn't end there. To keep her little ones safe, she will guard them for the entire incubation period of 90 days. That's one protective parent. When the babies are ready to hatch, they will call out to their mother, who then digs them up. When they emerge, these tiny snappers weigh a mere 70 grams. They have quite a lot of growing to do. In fact, they never stop throughout their entire lives. These reptilian brutes able to reach close to a ton. Being cold-blooded, sunbathing is a necessary part of their daily routine. Basking in the sun helps them raise their internal temperature. These littlies will eventually be on top of the food chain, but until then, they need to stay in the shallows to avoid any predators lurking in deeper waters. These silently stealthy reptiles can cruise Africa's waterways for up to 80 years. While many African animals have long histories, there are some newcomers, like Dorper sheep. Speaking of new arrivals, these Dorper lambs are just 6 weeks old. This hardy breed was developed in South Africa in the 1930s. Well suited to arid conditions, their thick skin gives them excellent protection from the harsh sun. Dorpers aren't fussy and enjoy a broad diet, including many plants that other sheep refuse to eat. Like most babies, they have a big appetite and grow very quickly, feeding on grass after only a few days. By 4 months of age, a Dorper lamb can weigh up to 36 kilograms. But the way these little ones are guzzling their milky afternoon tea, they may get there a lot sooner. Before the sun gets any lower in the sky, let's have one last visit with the giraffes. This lofty herd looks so elegant as it wanders the grassland. Watch them walk and you'll notice their unusual gait, moving both legs on the same side at the same time. If they break into a gallop, their style changes, using both their front legs first before moving to the hind legs. While on the run, giraffes can reach speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. When needed, their lanky legs can also kick in to help out with self-defense. Calves stay with their mothers until they're about 18 months old, with other females in the herd acting like nannies to help keep a watchful eye over the youngsters. In this family, everyone gets the tall gene. The babies doubling their size by the time they're 2. These towering beauties are without a doubt one of Africa's most iconic species. It's the end of another sultry African day. And as the sun begins to set, many animals are preparing for the changes nighttime will bring. A cheetah family perched on the rocks are the first to pack it in. As diurnal animals, they prefer to hunt in the early morning and late in the afternoon. With the temperature dropping, this hippo mum is nudging her babies up to go and find some greens. This baby is having one last refreshing dunk with mum close by. Look at those ears go. It's almost time for the hyenas to get up and search for a meal. But they've got all night, so there's no need to hurry. It's a similar story for this black-backed jackal, enjoying the final rays before setting out. Meanwhile, the wildebeest are on the move to find the perfect spot to graze under the stars. As twilight sets in, it's time for the nocturnal animals to take over the night shift, until the African sun rises again.